What up, 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 what up? Y'all know what time it is. It's another episode and edition of Brooklyn Bears and Ball Sports Show. It's your boy. It's R.O.D. Rod in the building. We got Don holding it down there on the Bay side. And then, of course, we got our resident Eagle fan, all things Philly. Scrap is in the house. Don and Scrap are smiling, and I'm just putting on a facade. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's all good here. Y'all know what to do. We're about to talk some football. We're going to talk highs and lows, good and bad. It's all good. NFL week. Y'all know what to do. Subscribe, like, Facebook, YouTube. We down on X now as well. Y'all can find us there. Listen, share, like, comment, come through. Hear your boys. We talking all things sports. It is what week are we in? I don't even remember now. Is it week 7? We're about to recap week 7, right? We're recapping week 7. Okay.
Week 8.
All right.
Week 8. Look at
week 8. Yeah, it's
right.
hard. I haven't won in a while. And it's
still in the blue tent. He's still in the blue tent.
I'm in the blue tent.
Right.
I'm in the blue tent. They asked me where I'm at. I got flashlights in my eyes and the whole nine, man. But listen, oh man, fellas, I know y'all feeling good. Thank y'all for being here with me today because it's all about me and my therapy today. It's all about me being able to come through all of what I had to endure yesterday. Not surprised, well, maybe to some degree, but we'll talk more about it. We'll get into detail. But Don and Scrap, y'all in the building, fellas. What's going on, man? Matter of fact, we're going to start with you, Scrap, first. Then we'll end with you, Don, and then you can take us right into our segue. So,
okay, sounds good.
Scrap, what's good with you, bro?
I'm good, man. Just chilling. I watched the game yesterday, and I thought about just being all over the top today. But I'm like, you know what? I told them this year I'm gonna be a little bit more, level-headed, regular. So it's just me today, man. You see the
until about 10 minutes into the show, then we'll start.
I'm just Scrap.
Right.
I'm just Scrap, man. I'm taking it easy though. But we did what I said we was gonna do. We pillaged, We pillaged.
You did. Plus it win. I can't front. It was. I'm shocked, actually. Yeah. What say you?
I'm not.
Oh, you're not shocked. Well, yeah.
At all.
You did.
Man, listen, man. Add it to the rest, man. Add it to the rest, man. What's up with you, D? How you? D?
Well, listen. I wasn't pleased about the first half. I didn't like some of the tendencies, some of the decision making. But of course, thank goodness it's it's 4 quarters, right? So we got our act together in the second half, and of course, favorable results. But we got a lot to talk about. We got to talk about, see what the Cowboys, how Rod is faring, because we are at the end of the day, we do care about Rod.
A lot.
We care.
A lot.
It's still October. It's some type of mental health kind of month or whatever. And if it isn't, we can make it a mental health type of situation to help him.
Whatever's going to get me right, I'm good.
Whatever's going to get him, straight. So, man, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, week 8, we're going to recap. Thanks for joining us, Cheryl. We appreciate it. Listen, week 8, interesting week. Not often that we play, the Niners play the Cowboys. Because something interesting, I'll say this. In the beginning of the season, look at this guy. In the beginning of the season, certain games are circled, right?
He said he was just going to be Scrap.
He said he was going to be just Scrap. And now look at
Scrap. Right, exactly. So
he got the mink coat on. Yo,
listen. Hey, listen, hold on. Let me tell y'all something, right? Don't let my satire take the shine off my attire, man. Rod, do me a favor. hey, ask me what kind of coat this is, though. Ask me what kind of coat.
What kind of coat is this, Scrap?
Bengal. It's Bengal, baby.
Oh
ahead,
my
Don.
God.
Go ahead.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Listen.
It's all good, Scrap.
And they wore white yesterday. You know where I had to go to get a white Bengal coat because they wore white yesterday, man. As you were, Don.
When you win, this is what
this
happens.
is it.
Some of us win gracefully. The Niners are going to be gracious in victory and in defeat, right? And unlike the Eagle fans, who I think are taking on the persona of their head coach in a lot of ways. This is a Sirianni move, right? This is getting some Bengal skin and making a coat out of it is a little bit of a Sirianni move, but it's all good.
Listen, I would never waste.
Look like Deion Sanders on draft day.
I will never waste a good Bengal skin. Why would I waste it? We're not wasteful over here, man. We're not wasteful at all, man.
You look like you made I think Joe Burrow's on the sleeve, and then you got Chase. He's on the other sleeve. Like you just, you beat him so bad, you just took what they had and you made a coat out of it. So it's all good.
Hey, listen. I told y'all when the game was almost over, I said I gotta go get fitted for my Bengal skin jacket. The fellas brought me a couple pelts back, and I made it.
You did what you had to do.
Did what I had to do, man.
Okay, let's get on to this. Let's get on to real quick before we get into the whole, his whole spiel. 49ers and Cowboys. Every year we circle off certain games, of importance. And of course, listen, I'll be honest. I'll be first to say we're in a group text, and I was saying I wasn't really pleased at how the first half was going. It looked like we had opportunities. Dak turned the ball over, and we weren't capitalizing. We were settling for field goals, and I said, "This doesn't look good." Because our season, we have gotten out to leads, and then we have given away those leads and lost the game late. And so when you don't see your team punching it in, and if the Dallas Cowboys deficiency is their run defense, why we weren't running the ball in the first half was beyond me. It was blowing my mind why we didn't do that. So I was like, okay, why? I get it, Brock Purdy, you can throw on them. I get it. Bland and all of those guys are frauds. But why wouldn't you just lean into the run and just start running the ball? And so who's the other guy? I'm sorry, Diggs. Excuse me, not Bland. Diggs.
Oh, Diggs.
Did Diggs play? Or did he not play? Oh, no, Diggs played. Okay. And he was ready to fight somebody at the end. Right?
And like your receivers, like, put the world on fire. It was really just Kittles. But go ahead. I'll let you do your thing.
Well, that's cool, but that's how third string. They're rookies. They're going up. These veterans are going up against rookies, right?
Well, for the record, the guy that beat us bad was the guy you said, y'all need to be moving on from because he's kind of getting long in the tooth. And I told you, Kittles is still a formidable tight end.
And they're going to Rod. See, this is the problem. They're going.
I'm sorry. I'm just wondering because I didn't want to forget these points you were bringing up.
No, I get it. No, you should say something. But they are going to move on from Kittle, right? I know he's playing at a high level, but Kittle is getting older. In order for teams, this is the thing. We have a $60 million quarterback in Dak Prescott. And because you have a $60 million quarterback, you can't put anything around him, right?
Well, next year, his cap will hit Dallas for next year. So when we signed him in CD, that actually gave us more money. But
so next year you're all in next
year. Cap money.
So
we got some now.
Y'all not spending is what you're saying.
Right, we got money now. We could use it now, or it'll be even bigger if we hold on to what we got now. It'll be even bigger for next year. So the thing is, do you use it now? It's not going to make a difference. Who are you going to bring in that's going to make a difference? But yeah,
Amari Cooper.
Money next year. Well, money next year.
So you guys are all in next year.
I don't know about all in, but we'll have money. We'll see what all in. What all in looks like. Jerry has a different version of all in. So
you could have drafted running backs, right? And it wouldn't have cost you much, right? You didn't.
Absolutely.
So it really has nothing to do with how much future cap space you're going to have. Ultimately, I think we will move on because if we're going to pay Brock Purdy, I don't think he's going to get $60 million. But if we pay Brock Purdy in the upwards of 45 plus, let's just say, that's going to be a significant hit from what he's making. He is making a year only $100,000 more than Dak is making per game. I'm gonna let that sit in. I'm gonna give you.
He settle, but why should he have to settle just because he's not making much now? I mean, it's not. I think that's that would be unfair. That's unjust for an organization.
No. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him being. Don't worry about justice for Brock Purdy. He's going to be okay. Let me ask you a question. If you were making $800,000 or $900,000 a year, and next year they said, you know what, Rod, we appreciate all that you do, your contribution to this organization. We're going to pay you $45 million a year. What would you? It wouldn't matter.
I would say, well, thank you for thinking of me that way, but I think there needs to be a little more thought in how you think of me because I like to make the market.
He wouldn't say that.
I would say that because I'm going to say, how come I can't get market? If you think of me that much, then you ain't thinking enough because I need to get market. Because there's a guy who I beat at least three times already.
Yeah, he's 3-0 against Dak. I think he's 3-0.
Yeah, he's 3-0 against Dak. And I've been to a Super Bowl and I've been to 2 NFC championship games. One that we probably would have won had I been healthy.
We're not doing that.
I'm just saying, just throwing that out there, Scrap. Just saying, we don't know the outcome, but it would have been at least more competitive game with Brock there. You don't think Brock's going to say, okay, well, thank you. That's like treating him like, just be grateful for what you get. You know what I mean? You wasn't nothing. We drafted you. You were Mr. Irrelevant and all that. So just be happy. You know what they're going to say?
That's one way of looking at it. But they also could say, you know what? Are you interested in making sure that you have great pieces around you so that you're going to make your money? When you're successful, right, and your team is winning, opportunities to make money outside of the league is always going to be available to you. Right. And so if he looks at it like, oh, I want to make my money, it hurts the team. Right. But when if he made 45 million, he would be making the exact amount of money that which court is making in Kansas City. Mahomes makes 45 million.
Yeah, but Mahomes is going to, but that contract is about to run out. He's about to do for a new contract that's coming.
You think he's going to jump from 45 to 60 million? You think Mahomes is going to get top of the market or what he's worth?
Right. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. When you look at your makeup of your team, you've essentially already paid everybody. Everybody's locked in for a little while. So you don't have any upcoming contracts coming. And then you still got young guys that are on a rookie deal. You pay Bosa. Right. And if you would do something with Bosa and these guys, it'll just be an extension. They're not going to get no long-term deals anymore. They'll probably get another 2-year deal, things like that. You already paid IU. CMC is locked in. So you don't have anybody else to pay. Everybody else is young on their rookie deals. So who would he have to settle for? Trent Williams just got his money. So everybody got paid. So there's nobody else they need to say. Only one I would think of, and I don't know, you probably know better than me, is Fred Warner's contract. I don't know when he's up. You definitely have to pay him.
Yeah.
So outside of him,
his might be up in 26 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So that's it. Or Hargrove, I don't know where he's at in his contract status, but I mean,
we may move on from him. So what I think is,
so why can't you pay the man? 50,
so wait a minute. So let me get this straight. You're suggesting that we keep everyone. This was our year to keep everyone at all of those high salaries. If you think about it, we have players in skilled position that are in the top 10 of what they're getting paid for the position. Right. That's not sustainable to a team for longevity.
Well, but that's not y'all's situation anymore, right? Because you figure Debo y'all gonna move on from, right? It's good.
Okay, we're gonna have to move on.
He's not gonna be asking for he ain't gonna be looking for no crazy like I want $40 million guarantee.
But what I'm saying is he's getting paid now. The ones that are locked in, we can either get younger or we can do something to manipulate that salary cap. Because Kittle's if I'm not mistaken, Kittle is top 5, top 7 in his position, pay wise.
Yeah.
You got Ayuk that's getting $30 million a year. Right. You got Debo, I think that's getting $24 million a year.
Yeah. Right.
They just gave CMC an extension, right? Like just this year, at the start of this season, they upped his money, right? Okay. And so Trent got an extension or an upgrade to his money. Right. So you can't pay everyone at the top.
All you're going to do is upload his money, right? And every team does it. And trust me, John Lynch is going to figure it out because y'all in a win now situation, D.
Like, but we're not paying him $60 million. That's my point. He's going to get a great salary. So what
happens if he says no? Who you bringing in? What happens if he holds out and says, you know what? No, I want a contract, and he holds out. And then what? What are you going to do?
Well, we can franchise him. What's going on? We still own his rights. At the end of the day, we can franchise him. So you think he'll sit out If he's making 900,000 and we franchise him, and let's say franchise is 35 million, 32 million, you think he's going to sit out and say, no, I'm going to stick to my guns?
Brock is going into his third year. So what's his? He came in.
We can still franchise him. We can franchise him. So I don't care.
You can franchise them if they still have another year on their deal.
As long as we beat the Cowboys, I love it. What's up, James?
That's
Welcome, James.
What up, James?
What's up, James? That's how I feel.
See, but that's the love for the Cowboys.
Affiliate.
As long as we beat, not a Super. I don't care about a Super Bowl. As long as we beat the Cowboys. You see what the standard is for you 49er fans. That's why y'all haven't won since '94.
Why? That's not our standard. It helps.
It helps to beat the Cowboys.
It does. It does, because it keeps Cowboy fans at bay, and that is worth it. That is totally worth it.
That's worth it more than a Super Bowl.
That's worth. That's worth.
Okay, finish.
It's not more than a Super Bowl, but it's worth it. So I'll quickly say this. I didn't like how we started. I did like how we finished. Garendo balled out. I don't know what's going on with Mason. I don't know if he re-injured his shoulder. I don't know what the case is. But we got to bye. We have an opportunity to get healthy. So we're going into the bye 500 team, but we are supposed to get. There has been no setbacks. CMC is supposed to come back. We still have our running game is not going anywhere. Okay, let's be clear. And if we get Greenlaw back, our defense. We should start bolstering our defense up. And if we need to rest. We need to get. Purcell and Conway and all of those guys reacclimated. Kittle played and balled out. Tight ends day, he balled out. And he was coming in with an injury designation with his ankle. So it's going to be good. You're going to let Deebo Samuel, who had pneumonia, he was in the hospital, had fluid in his lungs, still played well. So giving them this time. We play, I believe, Tampa Bay when we come back, which should be a good game because Baker lost both his main receivers and still balled out. And he's going to throw the ball 50 times.
Yeah, he is
balling out. So it's going to be a good game for us. It's good. It's going to be good to have, close to our full arsenal. Brock Purdy played well. And I just want to say this.
Yeah, he did.
He had more rushing yards than the Cowboys by himself.
He did.
Or the same amount. I think he had 56 yards and they had 56 yards. So you mean to tell me that Jerry Jones couldn't get any running back whatsoever? Anything would have been better than what you had.
Well, he knew that coming into the season.
Floor is yours.
Yeah, no, he knew that coming into the season. So, I don't know what convinced him or who told him, or maybe within his own thought to say, hey, you know what? We can really do something with this tandem backfield of Zeke and Rico Dowdle. Don't know who did that or what came about or came upon him to think that was a formidable backfield, but everybody else knew that wasn't going to work, and clearly it hasn't. The disappointing thing about yesterday's game, and I picked us to lose 33-15, so I'm shocked that we got in their end zone 3 times in the manner in which we did. And I said to you in the chat, Dean, what I told him, America, is
it was junk time, but yeah, it's cool. It wasn't
junk time because the game was still in reach, so it wasn't junk time. There was still a lot of games we played. Well, in the fourth quarter, we was only down still by 3 scores, and
only by 3 scores.
That's all?
But I'm saying, but okay, if it's junk, if you consider that junk time, then that's bad on your defense to play that level of lack.
We did. We didn't. I wasn't happy by it. But let me just say this, and I'll give it back to you.
Yeah, good.
CeeDee Lamb, how was he stifled that much in the game, and then he's wide open? Those touchdowns that he scored, there was nobody around him. They didn't play D on him, Rod. They weren't playing the same type of suffocating defense.
I only would say that for one play, the second touchdown where your guys got tangled there, and then that's how he broke open on that play. But look, y'all was in a soft cover. But the thing is the problem is, and the thing is, what I would have done if I'm the 49ers, I would have been sending all out blitzing because it ain't like we were going to run the ball. So we was one dimensional at that point. Y'all didn't do that. Y'all just played back. The defensive scheme at that time was bad. But remember, y'all shut us down in the whole third quarter, and we didn't even get we didn't get a first down. We went through the whole third quarter without a first down.
So that lets you know if now CeeDee is wide open for touchdowns that our defensive scheme changed in some way.
No,
it
did.
softened.
It did. It
So
did.
garbage time. That's the definition of garbage time.
It was garbage maybe for the first couple of maybe the first couple of the I think maybe the first series in that fourth quarter. Then all of a sudden we scored, and y'all probably think much of it. And then we scored again, and y'all started getting nervous because y'all weren't scoring anymore after that. So I think there was some concern after a while to say, okay, we need to tighten up the defense. You know what I mean? But I mean, I'm not going to say it was all out CD, but let's not discredit CD. I mean, he still had a good game, and he relatively plays well against y'all for the most part. He had 100 yards in a playoff game too a couple of years when we were there in San Francisco as well. So I'm saying my whole thing was this. But what's disappointing about this? I told you, D. I said, D, y'all look bad, but y'all weren't going to blow us out and stomp us out because you didn't have the personnel to do that. Now, if y'all are completely healthy, that game is over. By the first whistle, that game is a wrap. And I already knew Dallas was going to lose when it's 3rd and 5 in our first drive, and you give the ball to Lemke. Didn't make any sense to me. Like what was Mike McCarthy's game plan? So third, I said, okay, maybe we're going for a 4th down. Then this has to be a play where we was a 4-down drive right here where we're going to try to get a 1st down, and we didn't do that. So
thank you, Jamal. I appreciate that.
Back, huh?
Did you see what Jamal said? And he has a star, so he has to be a Cowboys fan.
Playing prevent garbage skis and kill clock. I mean, yeah, but at the same time,
the reason why
I think you would have tightened up after the first TD when you saw that your offense wasn't scoring, right? Because you're going to play defense based on how your offense is moving the ball. Y'all weren't moving the ball that much in the fourth quarter. Now, when Brock, again, beat us with his legs, again, which Dak doesn't do for whatever reason, nobody knows. We have yet to find out why Dak don't want to use his legs. But Purdy really beat us with his legs. It reminded me of the Detroit NFC Championship game when he started to take the team on his back because, again, with outside of Kittles, you really didn't have anything else. But, oh, boy, your rookie back definitely ran the ball well. So you killed us there as well. But what I'm saying for Dallas is the only guy you had to worry about was Kittles, and you couldn't take him out the game. That was the only threat the Niners had. I mean, outside of Mason, but we focused in on, okay, we're going to stop the run. So maybe Zimmer came in with the game plan. We're not going to let Mason beat us, and we'll take our chances with Kittle, who destroyed Donald. Donovan Wilson has been trashed forever, and I've been yelling and screaming on Twitter about how he can't cover. He takes bad angles, and he only can hit people when they don't see him coming. He has been trash. And they actually signed him to a 2-year deal. This is last year now. So he done. And they actually benched him in the fourth quarter. I don't know if you noticed that. But he got benched. So that was a good thing. So
I noticed that your running back, I noticed that Rico Dowdle, he already knew. He had something indwelling, compelling that told him, I want to get sick. I don't even want to play. I don't even want to play in this game.
No. What happened was Jerry, because he loves Zeke, right? They was going to bring up Dalvin Cook anyway. Cook was going to play. They wasn't going to come with 3 running backs. It didn't make any sense to have to cut you, but you could have played the 3 running backs if you want to have them all suited, because it's not like you needed another person. You didn't even suit another cornerback. We had no cornerbacks last night. So when 27 got hurt, I can't even pronounce his name. He's trash. I don't know why they don't go McQuamu anyway. McQuamu did come in and play, but, he didn't really get anything because y'all weren't really throwing his way anyway, and Purdy was running crazy, and your other running back. But my whole thing is you didn't need what's his name?
Garindo.
Well, after Garindo, you already pretty much by this time, y'all were killing us in the run, really truly killing clock. You know what I'm trying to say? Because you ain't killing clock playing prevent defense. That's all we're going to do is run up and down. You make it harder for your offense. So my whole thing is this. You didn't need to do that. You elevated Deuce Vaughn for what? He didn't even play. So what you should have done was say, we're going with Rico and Dalvin Cook. But they didn't want to do that because Zeke's their boy. They're not going to ever do that to Zeke because that's his son. So the whole truth is Rico probably was ready to play, and they said, sorry, Rico, you got to roll. We're going to play Dalvin Cook tonight, and we're going to play Zeke. And Zeke is not even the better of he's not better than Rico Dowdle. You know what I'm saying? At least as far as how he runs the ball. Dowdle ain't great either, but he gives us a little more something. But I'll say this in short. We'll throw it to Scrap, who's ready, who's got his whole attire on. He ready to go. I'm sure he got a lot to say.
He's about to melt in that coat and that Bengal skin.
It's real hot in the studio where he at.
About to dissolve in that Bengal skin coat.
But listen, Dallas, we have nothing. And D and Scrap, I told y'all before the game started, we have nothing. You're throwing deep twice to a 5'7" punt returner. He's not a receiver on the sideline. You don't throw the ball to a 5'7" guy who gives you no shot for a 50-50 ball, and you got him on the sideline. He's not a receiver. He's not a pure wide receiver. So how you use him in that instance made no sense to me. And I said it in the chat. You got hitches, comebacks, corny slants. Nothing went beyond 5 yards.
Jet
and what
sweeps,
did I say?
Yeah.
I said, see, these first 3 catches was where? All on the sideline. Same play. Same little out that they run right there. Garbage. No crosses. Now, we don't have a line to give Dak time to throw. So I get the theory to some extent, but no deep crosses. You got no go routes. You got no posts. You got nothing in the middle of the field, not even a seam route. You mean to tell me you couldn't even get, and Warner's one of the best coverage linebackers. So I know for sure they was going to take that away. But what do you have to lose? Just go ahead and take an attempt. Try to go down the field. Break it up. Do something different. There's no innovation at all. And then when we run a trick play, we get called on a penalty. So I'm saying in my mind, we get penalized on normal plays. What makes you think we're going to execute a trick play when you talk about trying to flip the ball on the kickoff return? Like, it's just make no sense to me how this team works. So what I suggest we do is pretty much ride the season out. Get whatever you're going to get out of it. You're going to fire McCarthy and the whole staff. Everybody, Zimmer, everybody going. Everybody goes. And then you get another little some milk toast dude who's going to say yes to Jerry, right? But Ben Johnson, from what we're still getting reports, that he would love to coach Dallas, but Jerry's not going to have that. So he's not going to bring any youth because we have no youth in our coaching department at all. Nobody's young. Nobody, no innovation, no nothing. We got all these old guys that the game has passed them by. They're fossils. They don't have anything. So D, I didn't expect us to do much of it. I was shocked that we scored 3 touchdowns. I didn't think we was going to win the game. Did we play, make it a little competitive? Yeah, but the Niners didn't have anybody. And so if you had an opportunity to win this game, that would have been the time to do it. You came in as best as you could with the Niners decimated in injury. That would have been the time to at least try to maybe sneak a win. But that wasn't going to happen because Dallas is not going to do that. And Dak is just not good enough, and we have no weapons outside of CeeDee. We got nothing. Tolbert ain't giving you nothing. Ferguson ain't giving you nothing. Brooks is a rookie. He ain't giving you nothing. We got nothing, bro. We're nothing. We got nothing.
We had rookies that performed, but I get what you're saying.
But you have a better scheme, better coach. You have guys that can scheme guys open. Brock Purdy and Dak Prescott was tied for the most tight window throws because your receivers too struggle with getting separation. But the thing is, at the same time, you still have a Kyle Shanahan that knows how to scheme guys open and knows how to run different routes and do different things that's creative. We don't know how to do that, D. That's not what we do. We just call hike and everybody runs out and whoever we can find. It's like being in the back of the building. We played football growing up. Somebody make a little play in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? You go that way, you go that way, you go that way.
And then everybody just goes deep.
Everybody just go deep. Right? Everybody run deep. Just go deep.
And the quarterback gets destroyed in the process.
And your quarterback gets destroyed. And Bosa, and I like this last point, Trap, I'm throwing it to you, but can Steele get a little help? Steele is playing trash. You paid this man. He got the bag a couple of years back. Had one good season, and Jerry paid him. Now he's trash. You can't give him a little help on one of the greatest defensive linemen in the game today. You don't give him no help at all. Can he get a chip? Can we get can get Schoonmaker, who does nothing for us anyway, get him over there and make a little block or chip or something like that? I mean, Zeke is over there breaking the other guy's ribs. You know what I'm trying to say? Why can't you just get somebody over there to help? Not at all. You left Steele one-on-one with one of the great. So nothing as a coach to say, let me get him a little more help so Dak at least get into the throw. Can't do that. Because that's not what we do. So again, Cowboys, listen, guys, it is what it is. I'm here for Scrap. I want to see what Scrap gonna do. So Scrap,
okay, one quick question, and then we throw it to Scrap.
Yes.
Is the Cowboy season over?
Yes, it is. Of course. D, do you see the game?
Will you win the division?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
We can move on to Scrap because someone said that they were going to win the division, we were going to. And y'all both better watch out for Washington. Y'all better both watch out for Washington.
I think. Look. It's going to come down between Washington and Philly. Okay, come down between Washington and Philly. Who's going to win between those two? It all depends because Philly has a tendency of folding towards the end of the season, so you got to be a little careful. They had the division in the bag in the first 10 weeks last year too. Then they went on and lost 44 in a row. So I don't know. It just depends. But right now, it's clearly between those two. But we got a Falcons, we got Philly.
Wow,
we're not
wait,
beating
James,
Atlanta, we're
what's
not
going
beating
on,
Philly, not
James?
beating Houston, not beating Washington.
That's why I like James, because James is an unbiased, very knowledgeable sports fan.
Wait, James didn't pick the Niners to go to the championship game?
Listen, hey man, listen, man.
Yeah.
He's knowledgeable, man.
He's which good. I think he might be there. Might be a form of jet lag. He might be watching this show, and because the hours are different, maybe he's about to go to sleep. I think it's an 8-hour difference, right? We're on the West Coast. He's across the pond. It might be an 8-hour difference. I don't see no.
We're not gonna treat our UK affiliate like that. Way to go.
No. There's love. I got love for James, but I that prediction is there are. I wouldn't even put, even if the Niners didn't make it, I think there are some other teams in the NFC that are, in my opinion, a little more impressive. Because I think at the end of the day, it's going to boil down to the coaching. And in those games, if your coach is impulsive, I think it's, it will come back to bite you. But the floor is yours, Scrap. What do you have to say?
All right. Rod, what I'm going to tell you, right? I'm going to give you some advice. Start watching college football, okay? Then you can dream about the possibilities of having, this guy on your team, that guy on your team, maybe next year through the draft, because this season is a rap ski. Like, it's over. Yeah, it's over. Like, I mean, I'm gonna be here every week to see the misery because I like that for you. But what I'm gonna say, but yeah, right. It's just like y'all couldn't even get out your own way. The Niners actually tried to give y'all that game yesterday. They tried to give it to you.
I agree.
They tried to.
I agree.
Y'all was just like, no. I mean, y'all were being the perfect gentleman. Like, no, you take it. No, you take it. No, you take it. I mean, I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, somebody in this already, man. But yeah, right. College football, Shador's coming out. I mean, look. I mean, you got the whole NCAA.
I mean, we'd have to tank the season to get those guys, though. I don't think we'll be.
You're well on your way. You're well on your way.
I know we're losing the next 4 games, so yeah, we are definitely.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, man. Hopefully, y'all don't do good enough to get a really good draft pick, because I want to see you like this for a couple more years, man. I would. Yeah, enough. This warms my heart.
We lost you there, Scrap.
We lost you for a sec.
We lost your audio. We can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
No, we can't hear you.
Can't hear you. See, there's always a way. When,
that's because you was talking.
That's why he was about to go into this whole thing. And see, that's why I have. Thank you. God has a way of making things happen. As soon as you start getting
you're getting too cocky there, sir. See, Sirianni, that's what happens.
Sirianni. Let's bring him back into the fold. Still can't hear you. Oh man. Perfect. It worked out.
Oh man. He's doing sign language.
Well, can you hear us?
Can you hear us? You can hear us? Can you hear us?
All right. What he would say is that the Eagles are unstoppable, that they're going to win the Super Bowl, that, he predicted them to win.
Put that on the screen for him, D. Can you hear us? So this way you can see a little bit. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. It's safe to say my mic is what's the name? Is all good.
Okay, we can hear you now. You sound lower than you did.
You sound
before.
lower, which is where you probably should be anyway. But yeah.
Right.
No, it's saying they connected. I don't understand what's going on. I think
because that's just a sign of what the latter part of the season gonna be. You was loud and then boom.
Then you got low.
You got low, just like the Eagles about to be.
The coat is muffling the mic. You're right. That Bengal skin.
The coat is muffling the mic. James is stupid.
But in any case, listen. Until he gets his audio back.
Now we back.
Okay. There we go. Go ahead.
There we go.
Floor is yours.
it said I had an interference coming from Dallas. Man, I knew Rod was behind this. Man, I knew Rod was behind that. But yeah,
I was stacking you like the Russians. Yeah.
yeah. But no, I'm not gonna talk too much about that game because I mean, for a minute it was a snooze fest. You know, I almost fell asleep like 3-4 times. But Don, you was a little upset in the beginning. You know, not really, having too much faith in the outcome. But I told you, I said, man, ain't no way y'all losing to these guys, man. Ain't no way. Like y'all would have had to have an aneurysm to lose to those guys, man. Like this is going to be a very, very good season for me and you to laugh at Rod every week. So
Yeah, I agree.
Just keep the qualities of the wood ups, to our standard, because we got to.
Yeah, I'll give you some good. I won't cheat you on the what ups.
Don't cheat us. Don't cheat us.
Just don't cheat us on the what ups, man. And then just be strong for the rest of the season, man.
I got y'all. I'm here to support y'all, man. I'm here to support y'all. Like I said, I still think the Niners are gonna win. I think the Niners and Lions will be in the championship. I think that's what I got in the NFC championship.
Yeah, you still punch drunk, but for y'all. I didn't use the tail from the Bengals, so if y'all want some hats or something, man, I can ship y'all some Bengal skin hats, man. Because I couldn't do nothing with the tails, man. So no, man, listen, man. It is what it is, man. At this point.
All right, so let's talk about your Eagles. Eagles, listen, man, they honestly, I'm going to give you my prediction was that the Bengals were going to win that game. I thought because they were the more desperate team. And I also thought that T. Higgins was going to play. Him being, out, I think that does impact and makes them a little bit more one-dimensional. If you have those two receivers, and everyone knows, outside of Rod, we're both, the Niners, the Eagles are used to having, two really good receivers that teams have to account for. And when you don't, when you can focus just on Chase.
We had that at one point. We did that.
We're talking this year. Well, I mean, of course you had it.
Okay. All right, this year, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, in the history of the Cowboys, but not in many years.
Cooper and CD won the same team for 2 years before Cooper was traded. So
how long ago was that?
About 3 years ago.
About 3 years ago. Yeah, about 3 years ago. Yeah, Cooper was with.
Your mic is going low too now? What?
Mm-hmm.
About 2 years.
All
right. So I say all that to say, if you don't have Higgins, that's a side that now, of course, the focus goes to Jamar Chase, right? And because their running game is not as explosive as when they had Mixon, they do have, Chase Brown, but they got Zach Moss, but those aren't Mixon, right? So, and Joe Burrow is not a mobile quarterback whatsoever, right? He's pretty much a statue, and he doesn't really extend plays with his legs too much. So a little bit, but he's not I put him in the same category.
Against the Eagles yesterday, though, when he got that first down on that run, that was a
third and what was that? Third and what? 22.
Yeah, I think he ran for like 20-some yards or whatever. That was a pretty good.
Oh yeah.
But some of that is far and few between, right?
Yeah, it is.
Overall, he's not a mobile quarterback.
No,
I mean, if it's wide open, yeah, any quarterback will
that play he made is like Haley's Comet, man. We ain't gonna see that for another 77 years. Man.
Might not see it. Yeah. So I do think that I thought that the Bengals would win. I was very wrong. Eagles looked good. Now, what I think that they are doing is, and someone mentioned this, I saw it on another show, and it made a lot of sense. Over the last 3 games, they have totally reduced what they are requiring of Hurts. Hurts only threw the ball. I think he's only throwing the ball 16, 17 times a game. And he has yesterday. Okay, on average, he's averaging about 16 passes a game, but he's running the ball a lot more. So that tells me that he is probably as close to back to full strength, because we knew a couple of years ago he was running the ball and he was highly effective. And then we saw a dip where he wasn't running and trying to be more of a pocket quarterback, and he had a ton of interceptions. So they are asking him to lean more to his mobility, which has been highly successful for them. And I think that's great. Mm-hmm. Now, my question is, when you play a team because the Bengals aren't world beaters defensively, all right? That was never going to be the question. Usually the Bengals have to outscore you to beat you. When you are playing teams down the line that are going to have tougher defenses, and fortunately for you, you do not play the 49ers this year. If you do, you'll come to us in the NFC Championship game. But outside of that, it'll be interesting when you play more defensive teams that can either hone in on him, keep him in the pocket, force him to be a pocket quarterback, what he'll be able to do. Will they be able to scheme? Because you have great receivers. Obviously, Saquon Barkley is balling out. So you have the components to be a successful team. Your question, sometimes me and Rod's question is always going to be with the quarterback. What do you say?
All right, I'm gonna give y'all some homework to do. These defenses that you talking about that we're gonna have to play that's gonna be so good to stifle us or whatever. Y'all look through the rest of our season. Our
schedule is trash.
Yeah, look, no. There's some good teams in there.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
We don't play the Ravens. They're not a good team because they lost.
Only the Ravens in Washington twice. That's it. You only got 3 competitive games coming up next.
Wait, they do have divisional games left, right?
Yeah,
Dallas is not a Dallas and Pittsburgh and Carolina.
Pittsburgh, they play the Steelers
and Jacksonville. Yeah, they play the Steelers.
Okay, Steelers will be challenging, right? Listen, no. I'm not saying that they should run through these teams, and we are. So somebody said at the beginning of the season, knowing that his team didn't make any adjustments or pick up anybody, that we either sweep them or we split. Who said that?
Rod said that.
Rod, you said that when they play the Cowboys, they either get swept, you either sweep the Eagles or you split. Yeah. So you certainly, one of those games should be an L, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it should be. But I mean, coming into the season, I still felt that we thought we had a chance. But everybody, look, Scrap said his team was going to go 25-1, right? That's not going to happen.
16-1. Right?
He feels like, based on what his team has, but that prediction's already come not to pass because they lost the game already, right? So
they lost 2 games already.
They lost. That's what I'm saying. They lost 2 games already. So my thing is, you don't really know what you have until you have, right? And then, like D, I'm sure you said, okay, you knew you was gonna have no CMC, but he was out a lot longer than you anticipated. And all I'm saying is that no one expected Ayuk now to be out for the season. And all the injuries that you've sustained and different things. So now I'm in a place where I think everybody's allowed to be. To say, okay,
we're still 500 after all of that.
Yeah, but you didn't think you'd be 4-4, right?
I mean,
you'd be at least maybe about 5. What's that? 7, maybe 5-2 at the minimum. You thought perhaps you would.
Yeah, but solely without CMC, solely without CMC is one thing, but when you lose our number 1 receiver, in my opinion,
I'm trying to tell you.
But why are you trying to act like now you see what I'm talking about? We're not in the same position.
What I'm saying is that
you should be encouraged that you get Micah. Micah's coming back, right?
Right, but I didn't expect Micah to be hurt, D-Law to be out.
But they're coming back, right?
We knew, yeah, they're coming back. But
before you play the Eagles, right?
Make a difference.
They're coming back before you play the Eagles, right?
Yeah, please, I hope they're back.
Do I think we could beat the Eagles? Yes. I mean, as a divisional opponent who we're used to and we know, possibly. It just depends who's there. It depends on who's around. That's all.
No.
I thought we had a chance.
No.
Thought we had a chance. Yeah, I did think we had a chance. I still didn't think we were going to be that bad. I was excited about Zimmer's defense, which has not been right. Zimmer has dropped the ball. He's been horrible as the defensive coordinator. Quinn we're not getting no turnovers. We're not getting no sacks. We're not getting nothing. At least with Quinn, you had turnovers. But it's about the Feebles right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about
you got 8 more weeks to explain y'all deficiencies, man. Let me.
All right, you go ahead. Yes, that's it. Go ahead.
Now, back before I was so rudely interrupted. But no,
my bad.
Yesterday, we pretty much did what I said we was going to do. I said we was going to skin them. Yeah. Hence the coat, thanks to the fellas for that. But no, man, we imposed our will on those guys, man. I really don't know what y'all saw to make y'all think that we were going to lose to these guys. Like, they're turning it around. They're ascending. But I told y'all, ascension I correlate that to an elevator. We're all on the elevator. We all started on the ground floor, so it's only one place to go but up. But we get off at different floors. You see what I'm saying? We get off and Rod got off on the first floor. His season's over with. Then you gonna go up a couple more floors. You might even go past the 10th floor. But the penthouse is reserved, man, for these guys, man. The upper room is reserved for these guys, man. We going all the way to the top, man. What was encouraging is that Jalen, other than that one play when he tried to throw the quick screen to the running back, he didn't really put the ball in harm's way. And that was my biggest gripe with him since the beginning. Like, he continuously put the ball in harm's way. He made quick, accurate reads yesterday. The running game was stewed to perfection. That running game was stewed to perfection. What I didn't like, and what I'm starting to get tired of, is the tush push. Like, we should not be doing that 3rd and 1 in the middle of the field. Like, run a play. If you don't get it, then why what?
Why? You mean on 3rd and 1?
Yeah, we did a 3rd and 1 in like the middle of the field, like around the 45 or something like that. Why are we running that play right then and there?
Why? No. Why shouldn't they?
Why on 3rd and 1?
Yeah, I mean, it's a play it's literally nonstop. It's non-stoppable. You can't stop that play. You can run that play on 1st. You can do that play literally 4 downs. I mean, well, no, you can't. But I mean, you could do that play, as many times as you need to in short yardage situations and prevail.
Listen. We're better than that. We're better than that.
You're better than the tush push that y'all invented, and no one can stop, and no one even executes it like y'all.
That mean we don't have to spam it and use it every like when they did that on 3rd and 1. I just shook my head. I said, "Come on, y'all! Now, come on! Now we're better than that."
Did they get it or they didn't get it? I don't recall.
Of course they got it.
Well, I'm saying, I don't understand. What's the problem? Why you want them to run a play? Why? And risk a fumble or risk something stupid happening?
I want to see creative offense. Like, we ran it 3rd and 1 from like the middle of the field. And then I don't know why for the life of me we had to give Jalen 2 touchdowns like that. Now the other touchdown when he actually ran out and rolled out and then ran in, that's something different. But Saquon got us down to the 1 yard line twice. Huh? Y'all spammed it all in. Well, last season was different. We didn't have a bell cow last year, James. We didn't have that last year. We had a hobbled quarterback that was barely mobile. That's why he had to become a pocket passer, because he had that knee injury last year. Like, we're gonna call a spade a spade. The year before that, no injuries. He's mobile, he's dual threat, he can run, he can throw a little bit. It was totally different. Last year, you could just see, the eye test told you something was wrong with this guy. And we said it multiple weeks here. Something's wrong with him. He's not 100%. He's not running. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. Mm-hmm. And instead of just admitting he was hurt, they were saying, oh, well, we're trying to change him to a pocket pass or whatever. Like, don't BS us. Just let us know what's going on. The naked eye can see that he was hurt, but now he's back. He's back to his old self. He's rumble. I mean, he's running, getting out of jams. He's actually putting the ball in. Now I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I mean, tell me what y'all thought about that pass to Devontae Smith, because he put it in the bucket right there, man. In the bucket, man.
Yeah, that's a good throw.
It was a great throw. It was a good throw. That's it. Just good. It was a great throw. It was a great throw. Great. And the protection was great. We lost. I mean, we down a couple linemen, but see, one thing I don't do is make excuses. I mean, like in the words of my man Don, they had uniforms on them. Back up, they had uniforms on. Man, those are NFL players, man. When they go cash that paycheck, the NFL seal is on the bottom of it, man. So they're NFL players, So I mean, theoretically, I don't really see us losing another game. Like, I'm
looking at your schedule now, and I can tell you over the next 5 games how many games you're going to lose. I'll tell you right now. I'm looking at it right now.
0. How many?
Okay, so you're going to lose against the Eagles. Commanders.
That's the only team that can beat.
No.
You hear me?
November 14th. November 14th, you're going to lose against the Commanders. Okay, you're going to lose against the Rams. Okay, sleep on them. You're going to lose against the Ravens,
and they healthy now too. Puka's back. They.
Hold on. You said Commanders, Rams, and Ravens.
Yeah, you're going to lose at least. You're going to lose at least two of those 3 games.
I agree with that. At least you're going to drop 2 or 3.
So in your next 5, you have the Jaguars, who just sustained some really horrible injuries this past Sunday. So you should, and of course their quarterback's trash, coaching's trash. You should handle it.
The Jaguars.
I'm saying you should beat the Jaguars.
No,
then you have the Cowboys at home. Now let Rod tell it. One of these games you're going to have to beat them, right? The Cowboys are going to have to beat you one of those games.
We're going to beat both games.
He said they get.
No, you know what, Donald? Thank you. You know what? When you're down and out, you sometimes you don't really,
we're going to beat the stuffing out of the
Donald
Cowboys.
is right. You're going to lose to one of the games to the Cowboys because you don't sweep us. Never. I don't care how bad we are. You will never sweep us. Okay, not happening. We own y'all, and Dak owns y'all.
That's because
I'm trying to pump them up. Yeah, get them hype.
You know what? I feel my help coming on.
Right. Then you got the Commanders. And sleep on them. Sleep on them if you want. Then you got the Rams in LA. The Rams are going to make a run. Say whatever you want.
It's not about being sleep on them, man. It's about being woke on us. I'm not sleeping on them. I'm just woke on us, man. I know what we are, and I know what we can do, and I know what we're going to do, man. Listen, the key word for the rest of the season is a 2-syllable word: pillage. We're going to pillage the rest of the season, man.
Oh my God!
The next game we might lose might be in New Orleans. That might be the next game we lose in New Orleans, man. Y'all know what's going on in New Orleans, man. Y'all know what's going on down there, man. Y'all know what's going on down there, man.
So your team ain't disciplined enough. That's what you're trying to say? They gonna get distracted. Is that what happened?
I'm not saying we're not disciplined enough. It's just, stuff happens, man. Stuff happens.
So who are you guys going to play in the Super Bowl? You're going to play Kansas City again?
Yeah, probably. We're going to meet up with Andy again, man. Get our revenge and do what we were supposed to do last time we played them, man. I mean, listen.
Got it.
Y'all don't play New Orleans. Y'all play New Orleans?
No, he's saying the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl.
Oh, the Super Bowl. That's
they're not going to. He said they're not going to lose till the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it may be that. Maybe not even then. I'm saying the next game we might lose is that. Let's see that pulled up.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't have them on your schedule though. That should have been the game. I don't know why they didn't put the Eagles.
Who, the 49ers?
They begged them not to be on the schedule.
I don't understand.
They begged them.
49ers and Eagles. 49ers? Yeah,
well,
we'll see them in the playoffs. We'll see them in the playoffs.
Let's make some calls and squeeze them in, man. We take the Rams off and put the Niners in. All right, since you think we're gonna lose to the Rams, y'all come do it then. Y'all come beat us then. Listen, man. I try to give y'all.
Thank you, James. Because we broke when we played you guys.
Yeah.
That changed. We changed everything. Your season, everything changed.
In Philly too. Yeah, y'all got
in Philly.
Yeah, there we go. We was broken way before then, man. We was
no. Y'all didn't lose. Y'all didn't lose. What are you talking about?
Yes, we did. We lost to the Jets. Relax. We lost to the Jets. We had a loss already. We lost to the
Jets.
Jets.
That's what I said. Y'all 10-1 at the time.
Okay, 10-1. So you don't think that a team, if you lose 5 after you play us, was it due to the Jets or the fact that we destroyed you guys after? Because remember, you guys were hype about hurting Brock Purdy and all y'all would have done.
No, we wasn't hype about hurting Brock Purdy. We don't celebrate injuries over. It was an unfortunate injury, but what I say is, even if he had still played, y'all was not winning that game. That was not y'all game to win that day. That was y'all game to lose.
And I'm glad we went to Philly and played you guys. So it was the same. It wasn't in San Francisco, so people can say, well, you're at home. They played better. We went into the belly of the beast, right? And what did we do?
Y'all won a game. Y'all won a game.
Now it's just we won a game.
Yeah, y'all won a game.
Said from the man who has on a Ric Flair wig and Dion glasses. Hey, it's just winning the game.
Listen, man, I don't let a good Bengal skin go to waste. I told y'all I was going to get me a Bengal. Okay. I told you what I say.
You said it. You said
it. I'm glad.
I'm gonna be on here with a Bengal skin jacket. Now I didn't want to let y'all down.
I'm gonna tell you something about that game yesterday.
I'm real modest with mine, man. I'm real modest.
Oh Lord,
we
modest for the whole outfit.
We Jackie Robinson. You're right.
But let me about that game yesterday,
man. Go ahead.
Y'all rock, no doubt. I didn't
even get on the defense yet, but go ahead.
Y'all did your thing, no question. I was shocked. Y'all beat the brakes off them. Y'all did, but
they won by 20. That's good.
But here's the thing. The pivotal point in that game, and here's where y'all got bailed out, was them going for it on their side of the field on what I think they might have been in their own 35-yard line, was it maybe?
It was like around the 45 when they threw that screen pass.
And they went for it. They only down by one score, and it's in the third quarter. Why would you go for it? All you had to do was punt it back. Their defense was still playing good enough. They were only down by one score, and then you run that play that they tried to run. I think that was the chase.
They saw the writing on the wall.
That was a bad, that was a bad play. That to me, that was a turning point of the game. That's what the game.
What they did was they wanted to get Chase in space with our rookie. They figured
it was still bad though. It was still bad. Hey man,
I'm not complaining. It was a good play, but it was a better defensive play made. Just like the interception when Isaiah.
That was a bad play call.
What was the bad play call?
Horrible.
The screen pass to Jamar Chase?
Yeah, that was a play. I mean, y'all read that out. He hardly had no blockers out there. Who was out there with him?
He was
on an island.
He was 1-on-1 with a rookie safety. Like you mean to tell me you put the ball in the hands of your best, not even arguably, your best offensive player in space with a rookie?
Yeah,
you mean
because
to tell me that's a horrible play call.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because number one, being that on a fourth down, you got the sideline to protect you there, and he was still about maybe 3-4 yards behind the sticks. Yeah. So it didn't make sense because if you relying on your best player to break a tackle on a fourth down play, to me, it wasn't that level of urgency, is what I'm trying to say. That didn't make
not
sense.
For you, not for you, but for them. Like I said. It wasn't the urgency for you. It's for them because you weren't on the field yesterday. You was like me sitting home watching it. You wasn't facing.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't understand. But did you think that the Cincinnati Bengals needed to take that level of urgency? It was to be that urgent in the game. I could see if it's a 2-minute drill, fourth quarter, you need to make a play, but not in the middle of the third quarter. And they were only down by a score. They were still well within that game. And then once that happened, that was it. Y'all kicked the field goal, two scores now. And then that was it. And y'all just
then the pillaging commenced.
Then the pillaging.
Listen. You what they say, man. You never know what they say. Teams is like, everything is like a tea bag, man. You never know what you got till you put it in hot water, man. Everybody thought the Bengals was going to do what they do, man. But I told y'all, I said the Bengals are going to bangle. That's just what they do. That's just what they do, man. Listen,
no, they always start off slow.
Y'all got a W. Congratulations. But we will see. We will see what happens down the line. Hey, listen.
That's a trash schedule, though, man.
You guys are what, 5-2?
Yeah, but who's counting? Who's
5-2? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's
that. I mean, listen.
That's good.
Cool. That's good. Let's quickly talk about before we wrap up because we do have to watch the Yankees start making some stuff happen. Let's talk about Tua. First of all, I think it was a huge mistake for him to come back. And as we discussed before, it puts all the defensive players in a very, very precarious position dealing with, am I going to be the one that ends Tua's career permanently by a tackle or inadvertently,
incidental head contact,
incidental something. And then, someone has to, he has to what's the alphabets? He has to spell out his name and his cereal and stuff. Or should we? Is Tua and the fact that Tua didn't even want to wear a Guardian cap, he didn't want to do anything. So they came back. Of course, it was very exciting. I even picked him up and started him in my fantasy league just because I knew I was going to win this week. So I said, well, let me try out Tua just in case. Let me get one good week out of him. And there was some rust. He fumbled the ball twice. And listen, Miami, it's over. Okay. Corey, if you're watching this, it's over. Yeah. Okay. They play the Bills next week in Buffalo. It's over. Okay. You remember when I think it was it Apollo Creed that told, who did he tell? I think he told Rocky it was over. Remember, he says it's over, whatever. He yells at him. It's over. It's over. I think Miami needs to change that coach because the coach is and I will say this. I want to put this on the record.
Yeah,
Flores was right. Flores was right.
He lost his luster, that coach.
Tua is not. He has some abilities to be a great quarterback, when you surround him with with players that can run 23 miles an hour. But overall, he is too fragile to be a quarterback. So Flores, it was hard, it was harsh to tell somebody, because no man wants to be looked in their eye and told you shouldn't be in this position. But now we look at it 4 concussions later, stumbling and having to be evaluated and having the neurosurgeons look at him and see if he should continue his career as a quarterback, given the possible ramifications of staying and another hit. Maybe Flores is right. Maybe Flores didn't just look at him being slight in size and looked at the fact that, listen, you don't have what it takes. Now, if you think about it, who Flores wanted to ultimately draft, right? In comparison, and then both of them have dealt with injuries, but not head injuries, right? So I think overall Miami's season is cooked, unfortunately. And they're going to have to make some tough decisions. Now, pretty soon, within the next week, some of these teams that are really out of it, whether their schedule or their record indicates it, are going to have to really do a fire sale. At some point, start selling off pieces, start getting the Patriots just sent another piece to Kansas City as if they need more pieces. And they're already 7-0. Yeah, they sent somebody this morning to them. I think edge rusher, and they picked up what's his name, the receiver last week, or
DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins. They got an edge receiver. So teams are always looking, even if they're good, they're always looking to get better. You better your best. And the Cowboys don't do that. Some teams don't bother doing that. But I think in the near future, look at Deontay Johnson. Christian Kirk was supposed to be on the trade block, but he broke his collarbone. He's done. So watch for Deontay Johnson to make a move within the next 2-3 days because he's a good receiver. Yep. Carolina's finished. They're washed. And so you might as well start trying to, pillage, as Scrapp's favorite word, pillage some of these teams and try to make your team better for the stretch run. What do you guys say?
It is the buyers and sellers time of the year. So, if you Rod, y'all need to strip that thing down too, Rod. Y'all need to strip that down, man. See what y'all can get, man. Because y'all.
No, yeah. I mean, look, Jerry wouldn't do it though, because that's his pride. I mean, if everybody tells him to do that, then he's not going to do it. But no, I agree with you. But I will say this though.
I got to run.
You got to run.
Yeah,
okay.
Appreciate it, man.
No, appreciate you, Scrap, man. As always, bro.
Listen, man. Let me know if y'all want them hats, man. I still got a couple of them tails laying around, man. I can put y'all together something, man.
I might have to take you up on that since it's a Bengals something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, man. Be stylish one every now and then.
I'll pass. I'll pass on the Bengals hats.
You sure?
Yeah, I'll pass. I appreciate it.
Just let me know.
I like Joe Burrow though. I'm a little Joe Burrow fan though. I like Joe.
Hey man, we had Joe Burrow on the bench looking like Beavis, man. He didn't know what to do with himself, man. But I mean, that's what we do to people, man. Hey man, listen. Y'all have a good night, man. I'm gonna go get ready. I gotta go get this train, man.
All right, bro. We appreciate it, man. Thanks for joining us, man.
Later, fellas.
Yeah, bro. Be safe.
Take care. Peace.
No doubt. Peace.
So real quick, man.
Real quick, I agree with everything you said on Tua. Yeah, I agree with you on Tua. I will say this though, they did look. I mean, the Dolphins look revitalized though. I mean, just as a team, they did look refreshed. I thought they played with some energy and some vitality. And the Dag loss yesterday, I was more on the defense. I felt, you know what I mean, because they kind of started running all over them on that last drive, and they just couldn't sustain. I think the defense let them down in that one. And Tua didn't actually.
He turned the ball over twice, though. I mean,
yeah, he did. He did have 2 turnovers. But
I know as a Cowboys fan, you don't think 2 turnovers in a game by your quarterback is bad, because I shouldn't even went. I didn't even have to go there. I don't even know why I went there. It wasn't necessary.
It is what it is. Our standard is if it ain't 4 or more, we'll be all right. We can still win. So you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
right.
No, but I mean, yeah, Tua. But I mean, they still could win some games. I think it's good to have him back if you're a Dolphins fan. I just think, again, he's got a slide. I think at one point I didn't see that part. I kind of think I was maybe my focus was on another game. But when he slid or something, then the crowd was standing up, applauding him or something like that, from what I understand. And look, I don't think he should play. I really honestly felt he should retire. I do agree with you that I don't, he's got obviously some durability issues. And what you call it? Flores said it. He never wanted him as a coach, and that's pretty much why he lost his job, because obviously management differently. So but Flores didn't think he was the answer. And Tua's just going to give you regular season. He can't play in the cold in the AFC. Right. He's not going to be able to get it done. Their schedule is easy though. They might be able to make a little bit of a run though, because they don't have a lot of. When you look at their schedule, they got. So they beat Buffalo, which we know that's going to L, right, in Buffalo. But they got the Rams in L.A., warm weather, somewhat. Because, LA can get cold. California can still get cold. We know, being in San Francisco, it was freezing that day.
Well, L.A., it'll work in his favor, depending on how late in the season. But
it's a late game, though. That game is a Sunday night game.
Or it could be
a Monday night game.
But it doesn't have to be cold. Tua's record changes below 70. So it's not like it has to be below. It could be 69, and he's all of a sudden he's a different person. So okay. I will say this: they are, because the Bills have such a huge lead on everyone else in the AFC East.
Yeah,
they're not going. You can't convince me. And I sent this to Corey. Tua was talking about 17 games. Is a lot of time. Tua, are you still in concussion protocol? There's not 17 games left.
Right.
There's not. Exactly. So you got to go with how many games are left. I think, what are they? 2-5?
2-5.
Okay. And the Bills are what? 5-2 or 6-2, right?
6-2. Yeah. Bills are
6-2. Yeah. You're not going to win that division, right? Because they're not going to collapse like you guys collapsed last year. That's number one. Number two, it's going to be very tough for you guys to get a wild card. You would have to win out, and some other teams. The AFC, other divisions are more competitive. Because look at the Steelers, the Browns. You got the Ravens and Cincinnati. There may be two teams that come out of there, right? Given the way, if the Steelers play right, they may get. The Ravens are coming out of there, so I don't think they'll get a wild card. I think they're a little bit too far behind. Maybe if they had won yesterday against Arizona, that would have put them kind of in that window to win. But 2-5, I think it's going to be pretty.
No,
tough.
You're right. And you know what? Now I'm looking at their schedule. You're right, because they got Green Bay on the road. Yeah. I got a couple games with the Jets. They play y'all. That's going to be an L. Y'all will be real healthy by then. You got Cleveland, which is a different Cleveland team. Anything post Watson now, you got to give Cleveland a chance. And
Jameis look good, man.
Jameis look good. Jameson is, he's a good quarterback, but he's a Baker Mayfield. They're the kind of guys that will play well. They can put up numbers. They can toss the ball all over the yard, but they just, at some point, they're going to just be who they are, and they're very inconsistent. They're like the John Starks of quarterbacks, you know what I mean?
Although Baker has been balling out this year. I must say, he's been balling out. Now, there will be, with Jameis, everyone says, you remember, there was one season he threw for, I think, 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. It was something crazy. But for those receivers... Right. Just think about if Amari Cooper would have stayed with the Browns. They would have had. Now they have Tillman and they have Elijah Moore and they have those other receivers. Of course, they have Njoku and Chubb is working his way back in. But imagine if you had a veteran Amari to also another valve to pass the ball with. They would have. The Browns did themselves a disservice by sticking with Watson as long as they did, but I understand monetarily you really need to give a $230+ million quarterback as much rope as possible and as much opportunities to turn it around. Right. But it is what it is. Listen, let's talk about really quickly the keys to the Yankees winning tonight, and then we'll close it out. Can the Yankees win? Now, that Friday game was devastating, okay? That grand slam, when you had that game. Now we can look at it as all the Dodgers did was took care of home, right? The Yankees could very easily win both games in the Bronx, and we are right back to, where we need to be, right? So we shouldn't be down on it. We do have the bats. Now, unfortunately, Judge has not stepped up. Juan Soto, we're going to lose Juan Soto because he is going to be – the Mets want him. The Dodgers want him.
Yeah.
Now,
Soto
this is – he's amazing. Now, and he's young. The only thing I think is – this is why I think the Yankees still have a chance. If the Dodgers win, and then let's say they get Soto or whatever, there's no rivalry. It's over. It's a domination. I think it is the league, the MLB is best when you have the Yankees that are successful, when you have teams like the Dodgers, and you have some other teams, smaller market, that are looking. If the Dodgers, who just won a World Series a couple of years ago, they do it again, it's not exciting. Having the Yankees win would be exciting. I do think that it pumps in some more blood into the overall MLB baseball. So I think from a standpoint, sometimes things happen in the greater good, in the best interest of the entire league, not just a particular team. So I would not be surprised if the Yankees go on to win this World Series. And that also helps baseball, right? Because if the Dodgers are as dominant as they have, you have Ohtani and Betts and who else?
Is Ohtani playing tonight? I didn't see.
Well, the manager said he doesn't see why he wouldn't happen if he's able to play, and that could be him not just giving the full truth of it or of his shoulder injury, but he said he doesn't see where Ohtani would miss, and if he can play, he would play. But I think the Yankees winning would be good for baseball. I'm not only saying that because both of us are Yankee fans, but I do think I look at the overall, creating a rivalry, right?
Right.
And if the Yankees win, that creates a rivalry, right?
I agree.
And, if Juan Soto, who won, let's say, wins this year, then goes to the Dodgers, then there's a whole type of Cowboys, 49ers, Dion, that type of thing. Where the player, it's good for the league.
It is.
In my opinion. I
don't disagree. Anything you said.
And the Dodgers came from Brooklyn, so it doesn't hurt me one way or the other. Of course, I want the Yankees to win because I'm from New York. But if at the end of the day, I think it would be great for baseball. What do you think? You think the Yankees will get it done?
I think so. I think they'll win. And I hope the cold bothers the Dodgers a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? I think we can pull this out again. And Boone didn't change Judge in his batting lineup. He's keeping him where he's at. And Judge, he just, if he can just get a hit, if he could just make contact with the ball, I just think, with him not playing, being in such a slump, it's affecting us. Because really, if it wasn't for Stanton, Torres, and Soto, I don't know where we'd be. Those are the guys that are hitting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Those three right there. So, I'm hoping I think we can pull it out. Look, the Dodgers their whole lineup is tough. Everybody's tough. That's why I thought that in game one, all you needed was one. You were lucky to foul out Ohtani. Betts hadn't hit all night. Now I get it, but you know what I'm saying? Was it Freeman? I guess the dude was. It's so it's like, all right, you got to pick your poison here. But Betts, all we needed was one out. That's it. And we'd have split that series. I wouldn't have cared. You know what I'm saying? But it's they protected home court, so home field.
And one more thing I'm sick of, and a little tongue in cheek, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of Magic Johnson sending out tweets for every team that he's attached to that's successful. He sent out 4 tweets from 4 different teams that are winning. The Commanders, the Dodgers. There's a soccer team in LA, and somebody else. The Lakers. I'm like, enough, man.
Yeah, great weekend. My chess team won.
Right, exactly.
Team won. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like,
yo,
shout outs to Magic Johnson. We know everything you touch turns to gold, but that's why that's another thing. I want them. I like Magic. He's a great business person. And so I think it would be great for the NBA. Now, last thing.
Sure.
And we're done. The statue of Wade.
Yo, bro.
That Wade statue is horrendous.
Yo, did he not see that statue before they finished it? Don't they get a chance to see it? I don't know.
So it can't be a blind reveal. That statue is
because I think the Hall of Fame does blind reveals. NFL Hall of Fame. I think they do blind reveals. I don't think they know what the statue.
Those busts, they don't let them see.
I don't think they do because when they look at it, it's like they always have that surprise look, like and then they end up talking about it. I don't think they do. I have to research it.
I think they have to because how will they know which iconic photo or a picture? There has to be a picture
I think there's. I think they know which photo they're going to use, but I mean, like the finished work when it's all said and done before they reveal it and say, hey, or that final draft to say this is what it's kind of looking like. Are you okay with the way we're going with this? Like, we're fading out your beard. We're going to just
terrible.
That was
those sculptors. I don't know.
Scary.
It's not a good. They didn't do a good job. They did not do a good job. And I mean,
it wasn't good. Like that shit. I mean, I don't understand.
And what do you expect him to say? He says he loves it. It was the greatest sculpture ever. What do you expect? If someone erects a sculpture of you, what are you going to say? It's terrible. You have your family, your loved ones, everyone there. What are you going to say? You have the people, the city. They did this whole thing. You expect him just to maybe in his heart of hearts, he's like, yo, this is terrible. This is not me. This is not my likeness. Like, I don't know, but it looks bad. It looks really bad.
It looks really bad. It's a horrible. It looks so bad. It looks downright scary. Like it looked like a monster. That's what that thing looked like, son. Yeah.
And if you want a good treat, go to X or Twitter and see what they've taken that.
Oh, I know they killed it.
And they put it in his wedding photos with Gabrielle Union.
Yeah, I saw that one. That
iconic photo when he's lobbing it to LeBron. They put that mask on. They have it with him, LeBron James, and Chris Bosh.
It could be the new meme, like the Jordan flying meme. Maybe that'll come out to be the new meme now. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, it's bad. But hey,
it's bad.
Shout outs to Miami, right? I mean, they are, Wade County. That's the thanks we get. That's the thanks Wade gets for all of his blood, sweat, and tears that he put forth in Wade County.
I'm looking at X now. They look like Antonio. They look like Antoine Walker.
Antoine Walker. They said that it looked like Lawrence Fishburne. I mean, it's
Lawrence Fishburne. It does look like Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah, it does.
It's some funny stuff. It's some funny stuff, man. Yeah. But we got a game tonight.
So we'll get it in.
Giants. And, we got the Giants and we got the Steelers.
No chance.
It's all Yankees. You're not watching it?
I'm not.
Okay.
Giants and Steelers.
I'll be going back and forth.
Yeah, well, I'll probably have the double box on YouTube TV. So I'll watch it like that. Maybe I'll see. But I'm kind of focused on these Yankees, man. I gotta see, man. I need these Yankees to win, man. We lose tonight, it's a wrap.
It's over. Swept. Schweppes. It's a sweat. When we lose this, it's over. Yeah. Cool. Thanks everyone for joining us. Please like, share, subscribe to our Facebook, YouTube page, our X or Twitter. We appreciate you guys. Rod, awesome show. Shout outs to SKRAPP.
Shout out to SKRAPP.
And all of his Bengal skin gear.
That he's wearing tonight, going to work in. So
until next time, everybody. Peace.